Hello and welcome to Scotland HQ, presented by M&S Food. We are coming to you live from the German Sport and Olympic Museum here in Cologne. And my goodness, we are just hours away from Scotland's match against Switzerland. It's an enormous game in our bid to get out of the group stages at Euro 2024. And as always, we have a fantastic show here for you today on Scotland HQ. And we are joined today by the comedian Ray Bradshaw.
Yeah, thank you, but I could tell that was grudging. We're joined, we've got Scotland fans all around us. In a minute, Craig's going to be chatting to two Scotland legends. I'll be doing the Stein Challenge with a couple of people and we're getting predictions. Bear in mind the other night, everyone said we're going to win 1-0 with Scott McTominay scoring. Lol. So we'll see how that goes. But first, Craig, let's chat to some Scotland legends.
Yes, we are joined by two icons of Scottish football. They have represented this country in major tournaments, and between them they have 79 caps. First up, it is the thinking man's footballer. It's Pat Nevin.
Oh, me! Thank you.
Never me, that.
And Braveheart himself, it's Colin Hendry. As we mentioned, this is an enormous game for Scotland against Switzerland tonight. Colin, I'll go to yourself first. How are you feeling about this game?
Confident enough. I don't think anything's really changed from the first game. It's the manner in which we were defeated on Friday is probably the one thing that you don't accept as a fan, but I don't think anything's really changed. It's always going to be the Swiss game and the Hungary game. We don't lose tonight. That's the most important thing. We cannot lose tonight, but I still think 4 points will take us through.
How about yourself, Pat? You confident?
I just believe. I don't use the word confident. I believe our capabilities. Remember what it was like when we were qualifying for the last two campaigns. When we needed to turn up, we turned up. And I've got great hopes that we're going to do that tonight. Look, it was a tough one in Munich. It was a tough one the night before. Anybody here in Munich the night before? By the way, I was DJing until 2 in the morning. See a bunch of Scotland fans after 9 hours drinking. Patter was brilliant, but they weren't listening to a word I said or nothing at all. But do you know, Munich, what was it like?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Somebody said to me beforehand, there's going to be about 100 or 150,000 Scots. And I went, aye, right. And then you walk through Munich and went, yeah, right. It was absolutely amazing, and it's going to be the same. I'm walking through the square here. It's been absolutely brilliant. So, look, the players are going to need the fans. And the fans have just been there every time. They're here in huge numbers. You're all here tonight. Most of you have got tickets for the game. The lads will need you. Make the noise. I don't know why I'm asking you, because you're going to anyway, aren't you?
That leads me on nicely to my next question. As players, how important are the fans? I mean, you'd be up for it normally, but are the fans really the 12th man in these instances?
Absolutely. Just in the droves, and of course in my social media there's a lot of English people, I know, and they're quite quick to have a wee pop and stuff like that, but it's essential that we're all here, we're all supporting the lads, and it's a big evening for the Scottish game. Simple as that.
Do you know, I can remember there was a moment, there have been a few moments, but there was one particular moment. It was way back in Euro 92, and the one that I played in. And we beat the CIS in the last game. We were out, but we went and we battled and we fought. And I was walking off the pitch with Gary McAllister, and Brun and Roxy came up and said, away over and celebrate with the fans. And both of us went, are you joking? We get beat, we're out. We won 3-1, but we're out. And he says, no, go down there. And we walked down there. Took us about 30 yards to realise, correct, exactly the right thing. Because it has to be a relationship, a special relationship with the Scotland fans. I mean, I was talking to some of the people in here beforehand. The travel journeys that we've all had to get here, they're absolutely incredible. The players need to know that. And when we reacted with the fans, from that day on, for me, it's been unbelievable. And this is just a quick story, which, because there's nobody's listening, right? I was doing the game the other night there for Radio 5 Live. But we had a couple of people that were English that hadn't followed Scotland before. They were gobsmacked. They didn't realise how good fun it could be to follow your national team, because they're always a bit worried about it. And there are other nations as well. Underline it. A, you're needed. B, it is phenomenal. C, other people are hugely impressed with what we do. So well done, everyone here.
Now, yes, well said, Pat, well said. You'll know Steve Clarke very well, Pat. How do you think he'll be approaching tonight's match?
The thing with Stevie Clarke, as we all know, you can't really read him, can you? You know, and I think that's a good thing, because he never gets too up and he never gets too down. I texted him the other day, and he come back. I said, "How are you feeling?" This is just before the first game, and he said, "No bad." Now that translates to wow, it's amazing here when you're talking to Clarkie. But it's the honesty. I'll tell you one thing about Stevie Clarke. It's the honesty. That's why he's got so much out of this team. Because every single player and every one of us have trusted him. He'll do his best for us. And he's done it so far, and he's got the vast majority. Nobody gets all the decisions right. That just doesn't happen. But a load of the decisions he's got brilliantly right. And I just hope. And by the way, there's 3 people I was talking to before, and I'm going to just ask very quickly. Shouldn't have audience participation, but I'm going to do it anyway. Clarkie and I played for 3 teams together. Right. Now, I talked to you two, so shut up. Those 3 teams were, any shouts? Chelsea, yes. Scotland is one, yeah. Not Clyde. Right. I'm just going to get my running shoes on now before I tell you the 3rd team, right? Clarkie and I played for England together. Right. Right.
Oh,
the reason being, it was the English Football League. But there's no truth. It was the English Football League against the rest of the world, and it was at Wembley. But it was a real kind of pleasure. Some bloke called Maradona or something playing for. Anyway, no idea. But the weirdest thing, I don't think I could have done it. But I had my mate Clarkie had my back behind me, and we both walked off and we're looking at the strips, going, "Never wearing this again." I'm so delighted that Clarkie's he's worn the Scotland strip, but he's also been our manager brilliantly.
Yeah, he's our most successful manager since Craig Brown, who's a legendary figure in Scottish football. You were both lucky enough, Craig Brown, hero. You were both lucky enough to play under Craig Brown for Scotland. After a defeat, what would Craig Brown do to pick you back up?
Well, the great thing about Craig, and he had a massive input in my whole life, not just my career as a footballer. He was the type that before you'd go out and play whichever match, whoever your opposition you're playing against, you always, and Darren Jackson probably tells the story a little bit better, but you always felt that whoever you go out and play against, you're more than capable of beating. And so individually in a one-to-one, collectively as a team unit, as well as you go out and you give everything, but you actually do feel is that you can beat any opposition. And even in the time that I played, you know, we beat England, we beat Germany, we've beaten some big countries, you know, and that was all down to Craig, really, in my eyes, and how I felt about the whole thing.
How about yourself, Pat?
Well, I owe my entire career,
Of course,
to Craig Brown. I was doing a degree, I was playing for a boys' club, and Craig saw me playing one day and dragged me, and I said no at first to his offer to go and play for Clyde. And I said I was doing a degree at the time. And then he said to me, "But we can pay you 35 quid a week." And I said, "Where's the pen?" Give that pen now. It's the amount of albums you could buy for 35 quid back then, man. Couldn't believe it. But the best thing about Craig, I found, apart from the fact that everybody you talked to who worked with him knew that he cared about you, he knew football, wasn't respected in our media anywhere near as much as he should have been. And you look at the figures now, and you can tell how great. I think the fans loved him. Fans understood what we were doing for him. The fact that he never ever stopped looking out for you all the way through your career, and understand what different people need. Now, listening here in this room here, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are managers in various businesses. Do you know what management is? Getting the best out of the people that work for you. That's what management is. And Craig done that way. All sorts of different people. Do you know what he said to me? Just go out and play. That was it. But he said to other people different things. Broom was
Couldn't say
absolutely
that.
fantastic.
Couldn't say that to me, no. just go and play. Aye, right, okay. Even nowadays, when they're getting in the 6-yard box, I'd be like, whoa, hold on a minute.
I don't know if I fancy that playing out for the back stuff, no.
Striker, I was okay, but not as a defender, no.
What are you expecting from Switzerland tonight? Obviously a very good result against Hungary, beating them 3-1 in their opening match. Who are the players we should be looking out for from them?
Well, individually, they've got a crop of players that are coming through. But if you make, there's not a lot of similarities between '96 when we beat them at Villa Park. But now, I would still think we go toe-to-toe with them and with Hungary. And I think, you know, if the lads get out there and do their best and we've got a better shape, we've got a better performance, then we've got every opportunity of beating them.
I think when you watched them, they played well the other day against the Hungarians. But again, one of Andy Roxburgh's phrases, don't get all psychedelic about them. They've done all right. They're a decent team. And Bolo coming back, decent player. But in reality, generally we're of that standard. When we play our best, we're of that standard. So, look, believe in ourselves, go out, have a good start. We'll go into this in a minute, but pick the right team and the right midfield. I think we all know what we're talking about there. And if we do all that, I think the lads they're due a performance. And a performance should be enough against what is a decent team. But I'm not as worried about their attack as I would have been about the Germans. The Germans are very good in attack.
The circumstances remind me a little bit of the 1998 World Cup, where we took on like a powerhouse of world football in the opening game, and then we followed up with a more presentable fixture against Norway, and it's perhaps similar circumstances. How would the players, do you reckon, be feeling going into this game off the back of the Germany game?
The lads, over the effects of what happened on Friday night, they'll be tuned in totally on the game. You know, they've had several days now. It's passed since Friday night, and it'll not have been brought up, I don't think, in the last couple of days with Steve and the coaching staff and everything else that they're preparing for tonight. It's a game really that tonight is that if we go and strike first, every chance of winning this game. I really do think that's more than possible. Depends what he's going to go with his attacking side. And we just need to play a little bit further up the park as well. Because we were in the and I said this to Pat earlier, not a chance, as Steve said to the players, just go out and defend the box from minute one, like we did on Friday. We've got to, and I don't blame the three at the back either for not squeezing up. I think it's in the middle of the park.
I actually don't worry about players when you get a big defeat. I know it's a strange thing to say, but see, in football it happens. You get pumped now and again. It just happens, you know. We've all been there. It just happens. You've got to... Yeah, every Scotland fan in here and listening will remember one. I remember years ago, England 5-1. Remember, I tell you this story. I was on a train, right, coming here, and in the same carriages was one Mr. Alistair McCoy Strike. And we were chatting about this. And we remember the game where we played him, where we get beat 5-1 by Portugal. You remember that one? 5-0, 5-1. Right, 5-0. And I said it was really bad, and I said that was really painful. And he said, it's painful for you, I broke my leg in that game. Fair enough, guys, I've got you there. But the point being, and this is the most important thing, it's the next one. See, if you win the next one, you come out the next one with the right attitude, that's all that matters. And we know that. Football players, don't be in the game unless you can cope with that. Because if you can't cope with that, you're in the wrong game. And I think every one of those players knows how to deal with it. So I don't think you're going to walking about scared that it's going to happen again. Quite the opposite. You're walking about thinking that isn't going to happen again.
Finally, can we get... Yeah, well said, Pat. My final question, can we get the result we're looking for tonight? Can we get the result we're looking for tonight?
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's how we start, you know. Just going over maybe what I just said a moment ago, it's how we set up. There'll be different lads in there, I'm sure. There'll be changes made. I would expect Billy Gilmore to come in there for sure. Don't know what we're maybe going to go with at the back, because obviously Boches is out, and you've got a couple of lads that have not played as regular football, Grant Hanley and Big McKenna. So it's going to be interesting, the selection. But as long as, you know, as long as we just don't sit back and expect to think that they've got authority to have possession-based football, because the Swiss might think that they do, but we've got to counteract that. We've got to be better than what they think.
Because we had a bad one against the Germans, don't forget.
Yeah.
Remember you see Robbo flying up there. Sometimes when we need it, Tierney flying round behind them as well. When we've got players like McTominay that can go and arrive in the box like as good as anyone, and of course, that other guy, what's his name, Super or something? Yeah, okay, John, you're supposed to shout John McGinn right now. But we've got players of a very, very high standard, and they didn't all play to their best. As I said before, we're due one, and if we put it together to what we're capable of doing, and the manager puts out the right gang there, I think we're all right. I'll take a draw, but I want to win.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, once more for Colin, Hendry and Pat Nevin. Now we are going over to Ray Bradshaw and Stein time.
Yeah, so if you've watched the channel before, you'll know we do a Stein challenge. So what we're going to do is, obviously, we're in Cologne now, and the Steins have changed a little bit. This is what a Stein looks like over here. It's a thimble. So we're not doing that. We're bringing the Stein from Munich. I'm joined by Jerry, who's going to do the Stein challenge in a sec. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit worried about this, because in the last 2 minutes we've been here, he has tried to take his top off, and when Pat said we've all been pumped sometimes, he looked so happy. So it's going to be an interesting one. So we're going to give you a Stein. Obviously, we're going to use M&S Food ginger beer. So the rules are, Jerry, you need to put your arm out straight, as you can. And Alash, yeah, once the climber starts, that's fine, Jerry. Jerry, don't be pedantic. We're all hungover. So let's get the arm out straight as you can. I'm going to ask you questions. We've got a timer down there. Graham, let's start the timer now. Okay, Jerry, first question, nice and simple. True or false? Callum McGregor started every game in qualifying.
True.
True it is. I like how your mate tried to get you wrong there as well. Number 2, Scotland have never missed in a penalty shootout.
True.
Yeah, the answer I was looking for was true. Well done. Which team have Scotland scored the most goals against in our history? The Faroe Islands, Ireland, or Wales?
Wales.
That's actually correct, and I think you're cheating. Well done. Who knows that, by the way? Number 4, who scored the winner in Oslo? Kenny McLean, John McGinn, or Lyndon Dykes?
Lyndon Dykes.
The fact that genuinely everyone in this room said Kenny McLean and you went Lyndon Dykes is unreal. You're a Celtic fan, you told me this. How old was Kieran Tierney when he made his Scotland debut? 18, 20, or 22?
18.
18, correct. How's he doing for time? We're still going. Who did John McGinn score his first international hat-trick against? The Faroe Islands, Gibraltar, or San Marino?
San Marino.
Yeah, he's actually doing all right. Next one, what's my PIN code? I'm just kidding. No. I love how... Keep it up, Jerry. Higher. I love how everyone's now turned against Jerry. This is amazing. Question number 7. Who did Scotland beat on penalties? How easy are these questions? Who did Scotland beat on penalties to qualify for Euro 2020? Ukraine, Serbia, Armenia?
Ukraine.
Serbia. Again, that man said it, that person said it. Yes. Who has the most caps in the squad? Tommy Conway, John McGinn, or Andy Robertson?
Andy Robertson.
Your arm's shaky, Jerry. You all right?
Fine.
Cool. Any hobbies? What do you do in your spare time? No, just kidding. Number 9. Who scored Scotland's first goal in Euro 20? Well, that's time. Give him a round of applause, my boy. So, Jerry, well done. Wait. He's going to do some press-ups. Yep. In case you missed that, he got 6 questions right and completed 0.4 press-ups. So well done. Let's give it up for Jerry! In case you haven't seen that before, Jerry did, believe it or not, so much better than the last few, so well done to Jerry. And obviously, with Scotland HQ, we get to chat to players, we get to find out a little bit. During this week in the camp, we caught up with Lawrence Shankland, so let's see what he's been up to.
launch building up to Switzerland in Cologne on Wednesday. It'd be remiss not to touch on the opening game. Fair to say the boys have had a day or so to feel angry, feel sorry for ourselves, and at this stage it's very much getting going again.
That's it. We've obviously got that initial hurt after the game, but you need to very quickly get over it, especially in tournament football, and those games coming thick and fast. So we knew that. Last couple of days has been spent analysing what went wrong, trying to make things better, and we move on for that.
It's a cliche, but it's a true one. It's a tight-knit group, and I was going to say who are the guys that are good in these situations to get people going again, but it's probably harder to find someone who isn't like that in this group.
That is. There's a lot of good characters in the changing room, and I think probably seen that the last couple of days. Everybody's kind of had to lift each other, but it wasn't too long after you managed to see some smiles on faces again. So it's important that we all support each other and get through that game, and then, as I said, we move on positively.
On a very simple level, Lawrence, what does it mean for you to be here?
No, it's great. Obviously, I know that to be involved in the national team at a major tournament. It's always stuff that you dream of as a kid growing up. So just delighted to be here, and hopefully we can go and finish the group positively.
I'm not going to dwell on it because we've been over the course with your own personal story before. From when you were out the game, you could never envisage this, but I mean, there is a story there that would inspire a lot of boys that maybe find themselves in the situation that you were. I mean, it's some turnaround.
It is, and hopefully it doesn't inspire a few along the way, but I think that's the same way probably everybody in the squad. I think in football everybody kind of has their journey and finds their way. Some are really successful, some are up and down, and it's all part and parcel of people's careers. I probably wouldn't change much about the way my journey's been, so it's been great, and obviously when you get moments like this, it makes all the hard work worth it.
But that is a point. I suppose the first game was a setback, but most of you dealt with things that are 10 times worse.
Definitely. To be in the position that you are, to be involved in international squads, you've obviously had a lot of bumps on the road on the way that you're getting there. It's not a successful all the way, so the boys will be used to setbacks. Football's one of the games, sometimes it does disappoint you in that way, and you find yourself going through hard times, but no, listen, as I said, we're all looking forward to bouncing back.
Moving forward, Scotland fans are going to take over Cologne. You wouldn't expect anything less. Have you had a chance to watch Switzerland yet? Did you take in their game against Hungary?
We did. We watched the game the other day for the boys, so of course you're always going to tune into the games to see how they go. Passes some time as well when you're in the hotel and stuff, so no, we got to look at them. Obviously every game's different, but we'll analyse that and see how we feel that we can get at them.
I mean, the incentive is there for us. We know that 2 positive results, you can make history.
The scenario's kind of the same. For the start of the group, we knew we'd probably need 4 points or more to kind of guarantee qualification, so it'll give us a right good chance anyway. That's still possible, so that's the important thing, and that's what everybody's focusing on.
I know you've all enjoyed the pictures of the supporters enjoying themselves. I'm sure, well, I know your phone was ringing off the hook, people looking for tickets. What would your message be to the supporters that are going to pack out Cologne?
I'll just stick with us. We know they're out here for a good time, so they'll enjoy themselves regardless, but they were there in their numbers all night. They'd have left the game disappointed as we were, but to see the number of supporters there, it was an amazing experience for everybody in the squad, and we know the backing's there for us, so hopefully we can go and win the game for them.
And you've had your 2 wee girls over as well. What did that mean to you on a personal level?
It's obviously memories that when you look back in future in life, you can show them where they've been and where their dad was lucky enough to play, so they'll not understand the now, they just obviously see me as dad, but further down the line it'll be something nice to look back on.
Lawrence, the cultured half of the squad were up there yesterday. How nice was it, A, to clear the heads, but B, take in the highest point in Germany?
It was an amazing experience. Obviously you're down here training, you can see the vast size of it, but when you get up there it's a bit scary, to be honest. The cable car, there was a couple of interesting moments. John Carver and Stuart Armstrong weren't too comfortable on the way up as well, so it was a great experience, to be honest, and obviously over the top of that there's a big glacier in the middle, and to get to see that was obviously good, so aye.
So without overcomplicating things, what do we need to do well against Switzerland?
Just win, plain and simply. I think that's the case in tournament football. Only get 2 games left, so we'll look to go and win it and move on for that.
It's now time for the moment you have all been waiting for. It is time for the Skull Ultimate Party. There we go. What we're supposed to be doing is Ultimate Scotland HQ Challenge, but it's broken out into a sing-song of no Scotland, no party. Now, Pat, are you any good at pub games?
Not particularly, I'll be honest. I'm not great, but I think I'm going to find out if I'm any good.
And what about yourself, Colin?
No, hopeless, never in a pub these days.
Okay, well, that's the can-do attitude that we're looking for. Basically, it's very straightforward. There are 3 challenges, and you have to do them as quickly as possible. The first, you have to flip a beer mat and catch it. Then you have to get a ping pong ball into the Steiner, and then you have to sink a putt, and you have to do it as quickly as possible. Scott McTominay is currently the record holder. 18 seconds. 18 seconds, so the bar is very, very high. However, I am confident that at least one of you will beat it. If you want to go rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
One, two, three.
Oh, Pat Nevin goes first. Okay, Colin. Colin, ask if you come this side. Yes, or no, I think so. Just listen to your heart, Pat. Listen to your heart the way you do it, okay? And when the count starts, now. Yes, he's done it in the first one, okay. Get the ping pong ball in. Oh, off the edge there. Go on, Pat. Your technique needs a bit of work there. But that's off the edge again. You're just finding your range. You don't need to bounce it. You can maybe get it straight in off the edge again there, Pat. If you are struggling, you can just move on to the next one. You just move on to the next one. We're nearly... Okay, there we go now, Pat. Try see if you can sink a putt. Let's see. He's got good technique there. Yes! He's done it. Well done, Pat. 30 seconds. How do you feel?
When did putting become a pub game? I can putt, but I don't pop it and say, hey, it's really hard. That's harder than it looks.
That's difficult, isn't it? It is difficult. But Colin, Pat got 30 seconds. Now let's see if you can beat it. We'll get you down a beer mat. Everything's in place. Okay, Colin, your time starts now. Oh, he's done it in one again. My goodness. Oh, just off the edge. Go again, Colin. Go again. Go nearly. You're on the right lines. You're definitely. Oh! Yeah! On you go! On you go, Colin! Nearly. Oh! There he's. Oh, go on, Colin. Let's see if you can. You might not beat Scott McTominay, but you're not far off, Pat. There we go. That's the one. That's the one! Yes! That's the one there. Well done, Colin. Oh! And he's managed it, Colin. Your time is 28 seconds.
Excuse inquiry. Excuse inquiry on that timing.
Oh, you beat Pat. That's well done. Well done. Very, very difficult times to beat, so, but fair play to you. Well done. So well done to Colin Hendry, who has won today's Ultimate Scotland HQ Challenge. Now we're going to hear some good luck messages from our supporters.
Hello, it's Christine Harvey, and I just wanted to say a massive good luck to the Scotland team for the upcoming games. I'm so excited for you guys and for Scotland as a country. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'll be cheering you on from here in Glasgow, but I know you'll smash it. I have faith. So come on, Scotland.
Come on, Scotland! Go, Scotland! We love you!
This is to wish the Scottish team good luck ahead of the European tournaments. I'm sure you're going to do well. You've been doing fantastically so far. And I know that the country is very, very proud of you. So have a great time in Germany, and I shall so look forward to seeing it. Unfortunately, I'm going to be making a film, so I'll be looking at the telly all the time. Take care. Great luck. Bye.
Hey, this is Sam from Twin Atlantic. I just want to wish the boys in the Scotland team all the best for the Euros in Germany this summer. You're going to make it through the group stages. Let's go, Scotland! Come on!
Go, Scotland!
Fáilte is mis a Hebridean Baker, gur ma H-Live Steve agus skippe na halapa fat, halapa go bra.
Hi guys, it's Meryl. I just wanted to wish the Scotland team all the best for the Euros. We're all behind you, so go Scotland!
Go Scotland!
Here's an incentive for you. If you get through the group, right, just get through the group. I don't even mean get to the semis or anything like that. If you get through the group, Sanjeev Kohli, promise to make you a massive pot of desi lamb curry, Punjabi curry. It's a traditional recipe. It's my mum's. It is banging, quite tomato heavy, not too spicy. And I'll also make a pile of fluffy naan bread, melt in the mouth, peshwari, if you get to the semis, all right? Peshawari naan. So guys, if you need incentive, what more do you want? Bring it home. And if you win, well, you'll be getting pudding. All the best.
No Scotland, no party. No Scotland, no party. No Scotland, no party. No Scotland, no party.
Yeah. Well, I think it's did it the other day. We're going to do our predictions. I think this is going to be a bit different from the other day because everyone was so confident we're going to beat Germany, but then we watched us play football, so we're not 100% sure. First of all, Ronnie, you were at the game the other night?
I was, yep.
Okay, what are you going for a prediction for tonight's game?
It's got to be positive. 1-0, Lawrence Shankland.
1-0 Lawrence Shankland. Yeah, I think Lawrence Shankland's dad is here, and he absolutely loved that. Next up, we've got James. James has got one of the coolest Scotland strips I've seen in here. James, you came all the way from Orkney. How long did it take you?
I have no idea.
James is so happy just to be out the house. Okay, James, prediction for the game tonight. What are we thinking?
2-1, Super John McGinn.
2-1 to us or them? 2-1 to us, John McGinn. Okay, finally, Aaron, I can't help but notice your voice is gone. It seems like you've been drinking a lot.
Yeah, just being a young supporter here in Scotland, like first ever tournament abroad, so we've well and truly been through it. So.
I also like how you said first tournament in Scotland, which suggests you've been on it a lot. Prediction for tonight, are you confident?
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm going to go 1-0 Callum McGregor.
1-0 Callum McGregor. A clean sweep. Give me a cheer in this room right now if you think Scotland are going to win tonight. Telfer, over to you.
Yes, thank you very much, Ray. We are now going to hear some messages from our supporters. Oh, we've heard them. I beg your pardon. Sorry, that's live television. Anything can happen. We don't get to see them. We just get to hear about them. But listen,
what's your prediction for tonight? Are you confident?
My prediction for tonight, you know something, I was fairly cautious going into it, but having spent time with Colin, Hendry, having spent time with Pat Nevin, I think we can get the win here. I think the tournament starts now. Euro 2024 starts now for Scotland.
Generally, after hearing Colin and Pat, I was like, we might win 8-0. Like, I genuinely think we might. It's that kind of thing. Yeah, it's been so much fun, and I can't wait for tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Me too, Ray. And I want to thank everyone who's appeared on today's show. I want to thank Ray, I want to thank Colin, and I want to thank Pat, and I want to thank every single person that is tuned in to watch Scotland HQ. And I think there is only one final thing for us to say.
Come on, the Scotland!
Come on, Scotland!